Chapter 1. Grant. I was pretty sure I hadn't sat still this long since med school. The tick, tick, tick of the grandfather clock in the corner seemed incredibly slow. Dust motes whirled in the shaft of sunlight that spilled through the leaded glass window into the wood-paneled room. And despite the way the hard-backed chair had made my ass go numb, I was so sleep-deprived that I was sorely tempted to fall asleep right there in the Dean of Admissions' office. Dr. Brighton, Dean Larson, a kindly older woman who reminded me of a Hollywood actress, I'd need to check with Brody to figure out which one, had glanced up from perusing the endless stack of paperwork we'd submitted weeks ago and was peering over her reading glasses at me from the other side of her mahogany desk, as though waiting for the answer to a question. Oh, sorry. What were you saying? I tried to look alert and engaged, while also surreptitiously sneaking a peek at my phone to verify that I had no new updates from the hospital. One of my emergency surgical patients had been hypoxic when I'd left for this appointment, and I'd been tempted to cancel. But Brody had reminded me it had taken months to even get an interview with the Mountbatten Preparatory Academy, and it was important to make a good impression. My 3 girls already had friends at the elite private school, and JC, in particular, was desperate to join their theater program, which was next level, Dad. So here I was, exhausted, but earning some much-needed father points. Though I really wished I could simply write the school a check and be done with it. Focus, Grant. I was saying that your application is extremely impressive. The girls have outstanding records from their previous school, and the recommendation from JC's drama coach is remarkable. I nodded. Brody had prepared everything for me, and I'd only had to sign it. Therefore, I was confident everything was in order. But I did have a question, she continued. I licked my lips. I could do this. I answered questions from patients and concerned loved ones every day. I could absolutely answer questions about my own children. Right. Sure. Fire away. It's about Mr. Brody Kelly. She nodded toward the paperwork. He's the other person listed as the girl's emergency contact. Oh, yes. Yes, he is, I said firmly, relieved to be asked a question I knew the answer to. If she'd been asking for the girl's clothing or shoe sizes, I might have panicked like an intern presenting a patient to his attending for the first time. Brody continually told me that it didn't matter that I didn't know Cleo's favorite lunchbox treats or whose turn it was to drive Mia's gymnastics carpool. That's why you hired me, Dr. Brighton, remember? He'd say gently, his green eyes going soft. It's way more important that you're trying to make it to Friday movie nights and JC's lacrosse games, and that you spend time talking with each of the girls every day. Focus on that stuff. I wasn't sure he was right, but I really appreciated him saying so. The dean lifted her eyebrows at me expectantly, but I wasn't sure what else I was supposed to say. Did you need Brody's phone number? I guessed. I'm pretty sure it's on the form. No. I wanted to know about Mr. Kelly's relationship to you, she prompted a bit impatiently. Is he a family member? Oh. I felt a smile tug at the corners of my lips without conscious thought. Technically, Brody Kelly wasn't family. I'd hired him to be our live-in nanny, or as Brody teasingly corrected me, our full-time child care specialist 4 years ago, now at my sister's bidding, because she'd insisted I needed more support than the part-time babysitters I'd employed up to that point. But since then, he'd proven himself absolutely invaluable. The girls utterly adored him, and I liked him very much. Professionally, because he was my employee.